Those are life decimating moments.
They are.
When you're. I was in 4th grade and I had my pants were always split at the crotch because my mother shopped at King's Department Store, which isn't even a store anymore.
King's
Department Store.
Wow.
And so my pants were always split at the crotch, and I was in 4th grade. I'm eating snack time, and I had a boner, and I wasn't aware of it. Just this little pin pushing my undies through the hole in my crotch. And I'm just unaware of it. And this girl, Jill Cassavan, who was this sweet, like she was the one I wanted, she pointed at my crotch and went, eh, and the whole class pointed and went,
oh, God, that's a hard one to live down.
That moment is me. That's who I am. I'm that guy. Defined my whole life has been regret of that moment.
That's right up there with the guy that throws up or the girl that throws up in the cafeteria.
No, that's you. That's you then. I mean, even when I'm watching my daughter being born, the whole time I'm thinking, that was awful when my boner was sticking up. In the 3rd grade. That's how awful those moments are. Wow. Self-hate.
They carry on with you, your whole life.
Jesus, all right.
High school sports are all gay, pretty much. I wanted to play football, and a friend of mine went out for the team, and they said you had to, the initiation rites, you had to jerk off in the shower in front of all the other guys. Mm-hmm. They tape your asshole shut with duct tape. You have to spread your cheeks, and I was like, well, I'm not going to play football because I'm not gay. Like, it's just you're gay.
What's all that gay? Yeah, the gay stuff. What just happened, a few years ago with the football camp? Oh, with they're shoving pine cones up
That's what it all is. And then, like, in the stuff like in Abu Ghraib, when they're having the Iraqis jack off in their face and stuff, and, like, pointing their penises. And, like, George Bush and those guys that belong to that Skull and Bones thing, they're all fucking shoving their noses up each other's asses. And that's that's like American greatness is built on, like, sexual fucking
this weird
humiliation.
Humiliating.
My high school, they made these kids do, like, this race. You had to hold a cheese ball between your ass cheeks, run over, drop it into a Dixie cup. And these kids are telling me this shit, and it's just like, okay.
Oh, but can you believe someone would have anyone do that?
Won't be playing football.
That's just not how you do that.
Fraternities were the same thing.
Fraternities, all of them.
Yeah, and you hear the people, and then we shoved a fucking cucumber up his ass.
Yeah.
You want to play?
Or a marshmallow.
Well, cucumber would be gay. Marshmallow's totally acceptable.
Wow.
Hey, man, I was 18. I wanted to drink some beers with the sorority
because a marshmallow is like a soft dick. There's nothing gay about that.
Nothing gay.
If your friend's soft,
I didn't know
I'd let somebody fuck me up the ass if they're soft. If they're hard, that's fucking queer. But shove your soft dick up my ass anytime. It's like, I'll wipe my ass with your soft dick. I don't care.
Look, I was 7 hours away from home. I was just trying to get some new friends at college. I mean, a special recipe.
Yeah. You know what I thought? All the pieces that I had got little pieces of information culminated in this to me. That when you have sex, one of your balls comes out through the tip of your penis. And you have to, and then she bleeds. Like, you do it, she bleeds. I know that women bleed, and that it comes from your bag.
Wow, it's
so one of your testicles comes, you have to force it out, that little hole.
Right.
Yeah. She bleeds, everybody's screaming. And
it looks like the scene from Alien.
And you only do it twice.
You can only do it twice.
You know what?
It's over.
We can't even clean that up for a radio. That's for XM today, man. That is really funny.
Let's
that
just
is
sum it
really
up.
funny.
Growing up, Lou was an idiot.
Yes. But that is how you learn. Oh yeah. Well, again, this was very recently.
I
gotta wipe that hard drive clear.
I showed my privates to a retarded girl down the street. When I was in
are you awful
3rd grade, I was like, she won't tell anybody. I was just dying to flash somebody, and so I ran into her on the way to school.
Oh, is that great?
And I just pulled it out.
You're horrible.
Wow. She just looked at it confused.
Of course.
She said, I love
she
you.
Looked at everything. I love you.
That is really funny.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
Cute ending. I married the girl. Got spanked. Mm-hmm. That's, it's just the way
When did
things
that
were.
end? When did the timeout start? Louie, you have the kids.
I got kids, and we don't spank them. I don't.
So you're like the barrier. You're the generation that got spanked.
I know what it did to me. I ain't going to do it to another kid.
It horrified me as a kid.
It did not help me at all. I don't speak to my father.
No, it's one of those things that, like...
They were bad spankies then.
Yeah,
there's a difference.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I don't talk to my father.
No.
He's been dead 10 years.
Because I remember.
Wait, Lou, you don't talk to your dad?
Well, no, we're starting to reconcile now because I'm finally beyond my problems. So we're starting to be friends now.
Are you?
Yeah. But for a lot of years, I didn't speak to him.
Yeah. That's gotta hurt.
I guess.
It's one of those family things. You don't want shit getting in the way. And
well, it's like I remember my dad. He would lecture me first and tell me why he's going to, which is like torture.
That's fucking man.
Going, here's why you're getting spanked, and I remember standing there thinking, the instant I'm old enough, I'm getting the fuck away from this man and never seeing him again. My mother used to hit me, but with her it was different because she was overworked. She was a single. My parents got divorced. So single mom, tired.
Yep.
Shut up, bang. I totally relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a parent and you're overwrought and you just out of frustration need to hit your kid just to center yourself, I totally understand.
Center yourself.
I understand. I sympathize with it.
Yeah.
But the idea of hitting kids methodically as a way to discipline them, I think it's wrong. I don't think it's like morally wrong. I just don't think it works.
It doesn't work.
Worst part. Yeah. No, I remember when I was a kid once.
Psychological damage.
My mother gave me $5 to go to the market to buy some stuff for the family, and I was walking around with my friends just playing and not going to the store.
Oh.
And then I'm walking down.
Little Louie fucked up.
Yeah,
here it
fucked
comes.
Up.
Oh,
and I walking through this little alley behind the stores that we used to fuck around in, and I found $5. And in my insides, I knew it was my $5 that I had dropped and then found. But I didn't go in that pocket because I didn't want to believe it. I wanted to believe that I found $5. And I bought ice cream, and I bought the Guinness Book of World Records. I remember it was a big deal to me that I bought that.
What a nerd.
Yeah.
It was a big book when we were kids.
17.
I was not 23. And I went home and I told my mother, look at this stuff I got. And she said, where's the food that you're supposed to buy? Oh, my God, I lost the $5. And
how did you even think that would pan out for you?
So she sent me to my room, and then when my father came home, she told him the story. I could hear them talking, and they're laughing about the story.
Of course.
They just think it's hilarious. So I'm like, I have to be off the hook. But they laughed at my story, and then he beat the shit out of me. Which is the worst. It's seared in my memory. I remember every moment of it.
It's right there now.
Yeah. It's awful.
Let's go to the story here.
No, kids also, you're teaching them to use it against each other. Like, if you have siblings, the parent who hits becomes like this justice system that you learn how to subvert and use against you.
Now I will use this.
Yeah, like there was a little kid across the street from me when I was growing up named Benji, and I didn't really like him, but I got through in with him because we're the same age, so our parents, go play with Benji.
Yeah.
So I was over there, and he was just I started poking him with a stick, just being an asshole to him. And he's going, stop it, and I just kept poking him, and then he hit me. And his father saw it throughout the window. His father came running out and beat the shit, just spanked the living shit out of him.
Wow.
And I was thrilled at that cause and effect.
Just watching that, yeah.
The next day I went over and I started poking him, and he's trying to resist because he doesn't want to get hit, and I just kept bothering him.
Oh, is that
and then he hit me, and the father came out and beat him up again, and I was like, this is awesome. This is so good. That's what I was taught by spanking.
Yeah, see?
And he was taught, and it was unfair to him. And
now Benji's in a bathhouse right now, probably voluntarily being tied up and fucked in the mouth. Yeah. Thanks to you and your stick.
No, but that's the thing. That's what beating your kids, because a kid can't face a beating.
Right.
It's too awful for a kid.
That's what I was doing. I couldn't take the beating.
So that's what you turn kids into liars. And I am a liar my whole life. I'm a dishonest person because I couldn't face negativity.
Wow,
I couldn't face making a mistake.
This is like therapy.
Yeah.
I'm getting a therapy session.
True. But that's what, if you hit your kid, people, he never did that again. Yeah, he did. He just got good at hiding it. You fucking faggot.
You know what'd be really funny is after
I'll say, fuck you, I'm doing it.
When my parents went, because my dad left the house and then my mother would work. And I used to go home. I used to leave school in the middle of the day all the time. Just leave. And I'd go home.
I'm just leaving.
Yeah, I just bye. And I was like a feral cat in the house. So fucking rubbing my dick against every surface in the house. Fucking, just disgusting. I used to climb. We had an upstairs neighbors because we lived in a two-family house, and I used to, through the basement, go into their apartment and steal shit. I became a fucking mess.
It really worked. Worked well, that spanking thing, I guess. Yeah. Wow. I've always kind of been an advocate, too, of spanking. But now that I look back, it might not have worked. Because Louie brought up a great point where it's like, hey, it worked. but you just don't know what else it's doing. That's
a huge problem.
It's so.
You're also teaching your kid that hitting is how you get stuff. I mean, that's how that you listen to people who hit you. What kind of fucking life lesson is that?
Well, if someone hits you, just
that she loves you.
No, I used to have, like, when I was a kid, I used to fantasize all the time that my parents would die so that I could go to school and everybody would pay attention to me. And,
wow.
And that I could hold that press conference that kids hold when something happens.
Oh.
And that my teacher would take me aside if you need anything.
What attention whores.
That's what I wanted.
That's why you guys are in comedy. Why I did it or what it did for me.
One of my earliest memories was being in Mexico City at my grandmother's house, and it's a huge Christmas dinner, and I'm in the bathroom, so there's just voices of like 20, 30 people in the other room. And I thought that, I was a little boy, I thought boys pee standing up and poop sitting down. So I'm pissing and I have to shit too, and I'm standing there and I just shit on the floor. And so instead of, I gotta clean it up, but instead of like taking toilet paper and like picking up the shit, I'm gonna try to wipe it up. So I just smear it fucking all over the floor and the walls.
Stupid kids.
I'm like a fucking Irish, like, famine, guy. Fucking hunger strike, dude. Just shit all over my face, all over the toilet and the walls. And then my uncle walked in and said, "Oh my God," and
jerked off on you.
My memory is that he washed my hands and said, "I'll take care of this." And let me alone. But part of me wonders if one day that's going to snap into what really happened, which is that he rubbed his dick in the shit and
like that covered
it off or whatever.
You've covered it into this. You were shitting, they were outside thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there are times you figure you got to think. You're like, wait a minute, am I remembering this accurately?
Yeah.
Like I was young, and this, that.
Am I editing out many mouth fucks?
Yeah, what the fuck?
In the story.
All right, hey, Jessica has a question.
Jimmy today.
Come on.
I
Danny will do it, I'm sure.
Have you heard that story I used to tell on stage? The kid, when I was like 9 years old, me and my friend both started masturbating, and he'd push his dick into his hand on his stomach. There's actually websites that explain that you shouldn't do that. It's a way some boys masturbate, like they apply pressure.
Really?
And it hurts your dick like it does long-term damage.
Do they go up and down or just push on it like they're giving
really
it CPR?
Hard. Yeah, like it's a palpitating.
Yeah, the head swells.
And so he asked me to sit on his ass while he was doing it. So that it would be more pressure.
Oh, he was kind of like humping his hand.
Yeah.
It's not gay because he just needed more
And you
pressure.
had to sit on his ass.
I sat on his naked ass.
With your pants on?
It's weird that everybody asked that, because that wouldn't help.
No, but why is that? You're right. That is
the first thing everybody asks is,
were your pants on?
They were on, yeah. I think. That's
oh,
boy.
I don't remember. I don't believe him.
When I was like in fourth grade, me and my friend Mike, he had a scuba mask.
Yeah.
And we were taking the scuba mask and pressing our dick and balls against it, like smushed against the glass. we just taking turns doing that and just looking at our dicks smashed up against the glass.
Scuba glass.
Louie, that leads to one of our favorite homosexual experiences.
Me and my friends used to jerk off in the same room all the time.
Yeah, but he's only going to go.
One kid would tell you, this is something me and my friend used to do. One kid would he'd tell you a story about a girl you want to fuck, and you jerk off while you listen to him tell the story. And then you tell him a story and he jacks off.
That is wacky.
And then you fuck each other.
If I heard the story first and jerked off, he'd say, "My turn for a story." He would heard.
Yeah, right? Who's telling the story after you come?
Off together.
Hey, let's see.
Fucking Sacco, but
all that football stuff is. I was a big kid. I wanted to play football in high school, and I had a friend that was a year ahead of me, and he said, "Well, you have to jack off in front of everybody in the shower. Everybody jacks off on you." They close your asshole with duct tape, and everybody slaps your dick. No, this is what the high school football locker room was like, and I was like, well, I'm not playing football because I'm not gay.
It's the gay, football camp and the football teams.
He's not exaggerating, because we had that story on Long Island with the pine cones.
Oh, the pine cones.
That's all these guys do. No, this is what America is built on. And then they go like George Bush and the Skull and Bones.
Right.
You know that just means guys are fucking each other up the ass. Like guys, the future presidents fucking each other up the ass. And then they go to Abu Ghraib and stick their dicks in Iraqi people's faces. Like, this is what fucking, like, macho, powerful people do.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate assertion of American power. is sticking your dick in someone's face, or vice versa. That's the weird thing about an apple grape, like somebody with a dick in their hand, like
right. Hey, look what I got.
Look how I'm fucking this guy over.
I got a dick here.
The enemy. I'm making him piss in my face. What a loser he is. This is weird. Hilarious. This isn't gay because it doesn't include another man. But when I was a kid, we lived in a 2-family house. So there was these nurses that lived together above us, and I was
sexy.
Fucking, I didn't care what they looked like. Our basements were connected, so I would stay home from school, pretending I was sick, and I would go down in the basement and climb. I'd go into their apartment.
Wow.
And I would find
Ballsy.
I'd jack off in their underwear.
Wow.
And then I'd go back downstairs and feel horrible about myself.
Make your getaway.
Yes.
Feeling all guilty about what you left.
Did you take the underwear with you?
No, I left it there.
You left jizzed underwear?
What's wrong with antisocial little douchebag.
These women, it's not like they lived with a guy. What the fuck did they
what the fuck did I do last night?
Jizz in my underwear.
And they knew it was you because they'd find a load in some Smartie wrappers. Who else could it have been but the boy dance?
Some baseball cards.
Oh, my God.
Why is this Red Sox pennant in there?
Yeah, fucking Fred Lynn card with a load half sprayed on it.
Let's go to.
I showed my penis to a retarded girl when I was when I was 9. There was a family of
it's nice
people that looked
retarded people.
Yeah, it was like I forget their names, but they all had Down syndrome, like all these kids.
The Nagels.
Even the father looked at it.
Holy shit, Jimmy! Oh, is that evil?
Who are the? I don't know.
It's Eric Nagel sitting right over there.
See, if he would have done the butt rub, we would have left him alone.
Oh, the Nagel. That is so wrong.
No, but I was behind a CVS.
Yeah.
Looking for something. And there was Gina, whatever her name was. And I just said, can I show you my dink? And she said, okay. So I just took it out and let her see it.
Wow. I used to
say, I showed my penis to a crazy old man in my hometown.
What happened?
Why?
It was Schneider from One Day at a Time.
You're just bored? What was
one of his cigarettes rolled up in his sleeve. Show him his dick.
I grew up in Newton, and there was in Massachusetts, and there was a guy, they called him Florida Steve, and he was a little...
We had Crazy John.
Florida Steve.
Yeah.
I'm from the Everglades.
Hello. Hello,
really
Florida Steve.
He's this weird little old man, and he'd come up to you, like if you were in a park or in the street, and go, hey, how are you? And he'd ask you about Florida. He'd just steer the conversation. It's hot. I bet it's hot in Florida right now. And you go, yeah, it's hot in Florida. He goes, what are the girls like down there? And you tell him, like everybody in town knew how to do this.
Was he Ratso Rizzo?
You tell him, well, the girls, they got big tits down there, and he'd start jerking off in his pocket. Like, this is just what we do. Anyway, so I saw him. I was by you with your friends, and you make fun of Florida Steve.
Of course.
Crazy old man. And one day I was alone in a park, and he walked up to me, and I took out my dick and showed it to him. I don't know why.
Did he ask?
He just went, okay, have a nice day, and he kind of walked away. And I realized that I had freaked out.
You freaked out Florida Steve.
Yeah. Florida Steve?
Did he think it was the stem of a Florida tangerine? His little red pubes?
Maybe. Could have been.
Florida
I didn't
Steve
have pubes yet, though.
Let's go to Oz in Georgia.
I wanted to hear about dicks, you fruit. I mean, pussies.
Oz?